It is playoff time, playoff time, playoff time. First and foremost, welcome to Matter Academy, and welcome to ASNFL.tv. And today we have two playoff games to determine who will be the West representative of the Final Four. We got game one between the Insomniacs and the Gold, and then at 4 p.m. we have Sick With It and the Stealth. But if I can have your moment for a few moments. By the way, good afternoon. I'm Anthony Alvarez alongside my colleague and friend, Chris Vera. Today, I broadcast with a very heavy heart. It's our first time back on the air since we've been back on the air before Memorial Day weekend, but had a personal loss in my family as one of my biggest supporters in this world of sports broadcasting was called home back on May the 21st, whom I affectionately call my little big brother, who is the younger brother of my co-host of the Mizzle and Dub show, Mizzle's younger brother. People that know him call him Rude, but his actual name is Darrell Mason. But I would just like to say that today's broadcast is dedicated to the memory of my little big brother. As I said at the top, he was one of my biggest supporters in this, knowing that this was a goal of mine to do play-by-play since I was 5 years old. He was one of my biggest supporters that supported me in this. And the best way to honor him is to do exactly what I'm doing, which is doing what I love to do, which is call sports games. So, little big brother, in your honor, I love you. And this is dedicated to you, my friend. I love you. And until we meet again, the very versatile Danye Lions back to receive the 3-on-1 return as the Insomniacs start their quest for a three-peat here against the Gold. Third meeting between these two, to where the Gold have not scored absolutely no points at all in this game. It looks like Jaron Anderson, number 10, is going to throw it off with Cunningham. And it looks like Mason Catalozzi on the 3-on-1 return, the defensive side of the ball. And Danye Lions, of course.
What a way to start it off, huh?
Well, you know what this young man can do. We've seen it in Asbury Park a year ago, and we are underway. It is playoff time, and the ball takes a bounce at the 15. And there goes Danye. Cuts inside. Danye makes a move. Danye's still on his feet. Danye down the sideline. Danye, 50, 40, and he is gone.
Wow. Wow.
And Danye Lions doing what Danye Lions does, takes it to the house on an untimed 3-on-1 return. And, well, the Insomniacs do what the Insomniacs do, which is get on the board very quickly, just like that, with not even a second being taken off the clock. 6-0 for the champs. But then again, Mr. Vera, are we surprised?
No, I mean this is their time of the season, if you will, where they continue to bring
money's
themselves.
On the line.
Exactly,
money's on the line.
They bring themselves up, and this is where they show what they're worth and how they want to play. So no, it should not be any surprise that this is the way they started the game.
All right. So they will go for 2 at the 10-yard line, of course, in the A7FL. Touchdowns are worth 6. You can go for 1 point from the 5, 2 points from the 10-yard line, of course. We call that the Scott McCorkle rule, which he always says go for 2. Schwank declaring eligible. Scooter with juice. Mr. Washington back in the backfield. Scooter looking, avoids the sack. Tried to flip it out to Schwank, but it's batted down, incomplete, but the score will remain 6-0. And again, not a second taken off the clock with this untimed down, but I mean, this is, like we said, this is the third meeting between the Gold and the Insomniacs, to where, again, as we said, the Gold have not scored no points of any kind against the Insomniacs. We go back to week 1, and the score in week 1 was 78-0. And then in the last time they played, as I'm getting up the score here, real quickly, in Asbury Park in the fourth quarter, the Renegades trying to create chaos.
Very much so.
As they are up 33-26 against the defending Eastern Conference champions, the Trenton BIC. And again, that is in the fourth quarter in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Again, the Renegades are up 33-26 in the fourth quarter. Here we're just starting, but again, back in week 1 on opening day, it was a 78-0 score with the Insomniacs and the Gold, and we were introduced to William Coswell and Shannon Allen, better known as Prime, as Calvin Deloney back to receive the 3-on-1. There is William Coswell, to speak of him, getting ready to throw it off. And then when they met
his
again,
ankle's healed.
yeah. And then when they met again, back on May the 4th, it was a 43-0 shutout. So the gold, if anything else, and there goes Calvin Deloney. Oh, my goodness, and Juice! With some explosion on the tackle.
Just wanted to give him a little hi. My name's Juice.
Hi, remember me.
Right.
I'm back.
Showing his worth again.
So with about 7 minutes and 17 seconds to go in Jersey, it is still 33-26 East Orange Renegades over.
Yeah, trying to see if they're calling this a fumble.
A fumble.
Yeah.
So the Insomniacs in their new threads, in the nice reds with all of their quotes, if you will.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
On their jerseys. And the gold and the black tops and white pants. Well, I hope they'll go have plenty of fluids because
that black
in this heat is just going to drain you.
Oh, we got cheating already.
And we have cheating, and we got a false start on the gold. Back up 5 yards. Make that now 1st and 15. So, I mean, obviously, if you're the gold, you obviously, well, first off, you want to get off the schneid. And,
well, they have to.
And not,
yep.
And not, want to get shut up. I mean, you expect them to win. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you? And some of the players stop by to say hello. So 1st and 15 for the gold, and already you're starting backwards, which is something you don't want to do.
Yeah, definitely don't want to go in the wrong way, especially against these guys.
Nope. Screen, pass, picked off by Prime, and there he goes. Makes the cut, Prime, touchdown. Shannon Allen on the screen pass, read it, did his best Jack Squire impression of Super Bowl 18, and Prime, again, who is one of the top contenders for Rookie of the Year in our league, as take a look at Prime jumping the route and going all the way. But like I said, he has had a fantastic rookie season for the Wolfpack.
And you know what? Probably with these picks and what he's able to do defensively, probably should be mentioned with some of the other people.
For Defensive Player of the Year, yes, absolutely.
For Defensive Player of the Year.
Absolutely.
I mean, Rookie of the Year.
Well, you could put him in there for DPOI also, because, I mean, he has made plays
left and right.
Left and right on technically on both sides, because he has also shown he can be a good wide receiver as well.
Yeah, my thing, though, is pick your poison. You want to try him or Danye?
That's deadly. Sean Lindsay just declared himself eligible as they go for 2 again.
Cut
Scooter.
Touchdown.
Luciano on the quick slant, which Chris says is always open. Yeah. And the Insomniacs very quickly jump out to a 14-0 lead. Now, here's what we can say. You might want to be here next week because June the 8th, it is indeed the Final Four, and it's the Final Four that we've all been wanting to have for at least the last 2 years, where we will have the top 2 teams from the East coming out here to Matter Academy to play the top 2 teams out West. But I will say this. If the Renegades can hold them off for the next 6 minutes, that would really throw off everything, because that would put the winner of the Watchmen and the Animals in the BIC seed, and now
it's 3rd and 15.
That will put the Renegades against the winner of Sick.
And here we go.
And the Stealth, and the winner of the Watchmen Animals will play the winner of this game between the Gold and the Insomniacs. Fleming throws it off. Cunningham from the 15, across the 20, 25, 30, gets to the 33, 34-yard line, and that's where the goal will try to get some kind of positive momentum. Trailing 14, and we're only 52 seconds into this game, Chris.
It's it is what I expected with the Insomniacs, because these guys are, like we've talked about, they know when their time of the year comes up, and that's where we're at right now. So they're going to be on top of their game. So I hope everybody's ready for that. They want a three-peat.
They do. They want to make history. They not only want to join the Patterson at the table with most A7 championships with 3, but they want to be the first to three-peat and be the first that's doing it not on the East Coast, if you will. All right. Bama, empty backfield. looking to throw. Takes a shot downfield. He was going for Jaron Anderson, but Mr. Danye Lyons right there with him, stride for stride. As Danye says, no thank you. No soup for you. Second down. And the Renegades defense held on downs. And now have a chance to run out the clock and pull off a massive, colossal upset to beat the undefeated Trenton BIC. We'll keep you posted. 13 minutes to go here in our opening playoff game here on the West. Here on AceNFL.tv, Anthony Alvarez alongside Chris Vera. On the first throw return, Daniel Lyons shows why he's special. Took one back to the house. And then Shannon Allen, prime, picks off Bama for a pick six. That's where we stand right now. Reeves one out over the middle, looking for Anderson. And Daniel Lyons goes up top to pick it off. And the Insomniacs doing what they do, and now it's time to pose, if you will.
And this crossing pattern is one thing that we talked about. So when you guys are watching this replay, we talked about the crossing pattern underneath, but overthrown just a little bit.
Yeah.
And it cost them. Cost them. So it kind of sucks that that's the way it goes. But like I said, and I'll keep saying it, so the one thing that I talked to Jeremiah about, coach for the Gold, before the game is, funny enough, Prime and Danye.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he doesn't want to really try either one of them, and we just saw why.
Well, I mean, it's a risk trying to challenge them, as it was, challenging the real Deion Sanders.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's tough.
It is.
From midfield. Empty backfield, Scooter back to throw. Hamilton looking, over the middle. Pass caught, Stevenson. First down, still on his feet. Stone Stevenson, the best hair in football, to the 35-yard line.
Oop, wrong one.
Now, Stone is wearing number 9 today, not his usual number 8. And by the way, Mr. Denzel Daniels, hello, sir. Good luck there in San Diego, and please come back healthy.
Yeah, make sure you're back here because your team's going to need you. As
All right.
we go through this. Oh, well, we had a penalty flag. Didn't see it.
Oh,
we have holding?
We got muster on the grass, and the Insomniacs get backed up, but that normally doesn't doom them because normally they find ways to make plays, if you will. All right.
Oh, that's
12-17 to go. Here in
Oh, and he gives it to
Davik Clark.
Davik. And Davik's got the first down.
And Davik refusing to go down. Davik doesn't go down, so forward progress will stop him. Boy, I tell you.
Man, there's always something with these guys. The thing about it is it's not surprising to see what the Insomniacs do. It really isn't.
No, it's not.
And, on that play, you saw that Davik refuses to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Not only does he refuse to go down, but gets him back to the first down that they just lost.
Yeah, it is.
And even with this, pick your poison. You got
Davik,
and Stone. Who are you covering?
and Mr. Fleming, who's not shabby as well.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fleming.
And
that
speaking
is.
of, Fleming drops the ball. It's right there.
If that ball was a little bit higher and thrown where it should have been, that would have been a touchdown.
It's a touchdown, yeah, absolutely.
That would have been a touchdown.
That would have been 6 easily. Trayvon Fleming getting some play on offense. Now,
and look who just showed up.
yeah, Mr. Wilkerson is in the building, and I still haven't seen Mr. Shuford. That would be Eric Shuford Jr. I know D-Rock is here.
Yeah, I don't know if
Munchie's playing.
Yeah, let's see if he's on the.
He's on the roster.
No, I'm seeing if he's on the not playing
roster. Well,
I don't see him.
Well, he'll be back for next week for sure.
Oh yeah,
that's for certain.
All right, definitely one of the ones that want to make sure they're there.
Scooter. Ooh, nice pump fake. Big man running. And throws it backwards to Stevenson. Gets a great block from Davik Clark. And Stone is in the end zone for an Insomniac touchdown. Well, the Insomniacs put up a 30-piece the last time they played in the first quarter.
Well, and they're trying to do it again.
And pretty much cruised to a 43-0 victory. So,
I mean, we shouldn't be surprised about.
No.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of Munch,
oh,
is that a Munchie
that
sighting right
is the Charger, folks.
there? Yes. So we've got a Munchie
Yeah,
sighting.
there is an Eric Schuford Jr. sighting. Although he might turn around and go back home when he sees the score.
Yeah, he might walk by, see the scoreboard, and say, "They don't need me."
No. Well, heck, he might come to the booth.
Anything's possible.
Yeah. Right now, with 3:15 and counting to go, as Scooter will go for 2. Oh, nice placement.
Ooh.
Oh, did he get the feet in? Preston says, yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Great feet work and just a great timing throw by Scott Scooter Hamilton. And it is a deuce spot here with 10:22 to go. And I mean, the Insomniacs have not even broken a sweat.
Should we be surprised?
No.
I mean, these guys just know each other that
And,
well.
and I can hear Josh Pineda summing his inner Duke from Rocky IV, throw the damn towel. I can hear it from JP right now, throw the damn towel.
Unfortunately, that doesn't go anywhere. So,
Well, not in football. In boxing and fighting, yes. In
Yes.
football, no.
the only thing that happens in football is the mercy rule.
Yes.
And we are 2 quarters away from that.
Yeah.
And about another 20 points.
Yeah.
But, I mean, considering we got 10:22 to go on the first,
Yes.
I'm going to guess they're going to get there.
I would be a betting man and say I would bet those odds.
Take those odds.
Absolutely. Which, by the way, folks, if you want to be shouted out, please download the locker room chat. Please go to a7fl.com/chat. Again, that is a7fl.com/chat. And Calvin Deloney, going 95 yards against this defense is not ideal. Calvin Deloney, tough to tackle, but that was not exactly the smartest business decision to make.
Definitely hard to run when you're up in the air, too. And feet are
Yeah,
off the ground.
you kind of need your feet
Yes, you
to
kinda do.
run to play this game of football.
And we'll see the replay of this. Okay.
All right. And speaking of the chat, looking at some of the comments here. And according to Jaffos TV, they're saying that David Tender is close to 100%, and he is definitely playing. Of course, we got the Watchmen and the Animals still to go in New Jersey. Here in Vegas, we got Sick With It and the Stealth at 4 p.m.
And right now, we've got the gold and the
Insomniacs. And the Insomniacs, the champs, doing what they're doing, taking care of business here in the early going, up 22-0 with 10:22 going here in the first quarter. Daniel Lyons, Stone Stevenson, and Prime all scoring. So the Insomniacs have pulled the hat trick. Offensive touchdown, defensive touchdown, touchdown on special teams.
Yeah, they're covering the realm.
They
that's
are
for sure.
they are covering all aspects. Reeves looking, gets away, running, and fresh out Jeffrey Young was on the pursuit.
Yeah, we've got he picked up looks like 7 yards on that play.
Good run by Bama,
Yeah,
running
very
for
good
his
run.
life.
And he's going to keep having to do that all day. I mean, let's face it, the Insomniacs like to pin the ears back and come after you
Yes, they do.
on the pass rush.
Yes,
and
they
they
do.
rely on that secondary to pick up man. And right now, they're looking really good.
Right now, you got J.J. Harris, you got Jeff Young, and you got... Is that Father Time on defense? Is that Mr. Price? No, that's D-Rock.
No, that's D-Rock.
That's
yeah.
D-Rock. So you got D-Rock fresh out and JJ. That's a pretty bad front three. And there goes JJ. He avoids that. And Mr. Vincent Thompson says hello. How do you do?
Yep, now it's going to be 3rd and 1. He was able to get a yard on that.
As we got some pets here in the booth.
Yeah.
And Mel's very big, large cup.
Yeah, he's I don't know. I don't want to know what's in his cup.
It's not lean, that's for sure. All right. 8:43, 3rd down and 1. And What play would you call here? Is the question.
Dive up the middle.
Well, normally when they run to the middle, that doesn't normally work.
Well, I think what they need to do on some of these plays, though, is rather than doing it right away, hesitation, let the rush come just a little bit, and then go.
All right. 3rd and 1, 8:17 to go as the wind starts to pick up a little bit here.
It actually feels kind of good.
Oh, Mr. J.J. Harris.
Untouched.
Untouched. Takes a bow and takes the sack. My goodness. What a play by J.J. Harris.
Great play.
Shot straight through the gap, untouched, and had a big feast on Mr.
Looks like they're
Mr.
doing
Reeves.
a surrender.
Which is
timeout called.
Timeout called. No timeout. No timeout. They're going to surrender, which is the right thing to do.
Really? You see who's returning?
Oh, baby. We're going to have big man on the return. The big Cornhusker.
I have a feeling Mac is going to be trucking
The
some
big
people.
Cornhusker, Kenny Mack, big man, about to receive the football. Oh, this is going to be great TV, folks.
If they throw it to him.
Here we go. Oh, they threw it out of bounds.
Why am I not surprised?
Dadgummit.
Even with him.
I wanted to see it.
Even with him.
Uh-oh. BIC with the ball, trying to score late, and Mark Bagway. Oh, Mr. Bagway, take it all the way, young fellow. And now, but then again, here's the question. Did the BIC score too quickly?
Yeah. Well,
that's the ultimate question. All right, they're going to go for the tie to try to tie this at 33. But again, did they leave too much time on the clock for the Renegades? With 1:51 to go.
Well, you're also talking about a 1-point differential right now. So
Correct.
They're going for 1 or 2. They need the 1 to tie.
Yes, they do.
So right now, I would be going for the Uno to tie.
Yes.
Anyway.
And I think that's Munchie in the backfield.
go.
No, it's not. That
Nope.
is J.J. Pugh. And J.J., on a good tackle by Jaron Anderson, gets to the 39-yard line.
Smart move. Hold on to that jersey and try to wrap him up.
But I'll tell you what, now J.J. Pugh was a tremendous defensive stalwart on last year's team, and he has shown some good stuff running the ball on offense.
See what they're going on about.
No decision yet, no signal yet.
No signal yet.
39-yard line. They're going to call it at the 40. They need the 45 for a first down. Again, that looks like it's Munchie in the backfield with the mask on.
It's hard to see.
J.J. Pugh again. Yep, that's
Yeah,
Munchie. That's Munchie in the block. And J.J. Pugh. J.J. Pugh. J.J. Can he stand on his feet? No.
He didn't see him.
Great
He didn't see the
tackle
defender.
by Calvin Deloney. A great
tackle.
touchdown-saving tackle by J.J. Pugh. Gets the Insomniacs. Another chug play.
I don't think that Pugh saw him until it was too late.
Yeah. Oh, they said it wasn't good.
No,
Oh.
no. I don't know.
They're
I'm
reviewing
saying-
it? You think he's not in?
Watch his knee. We're out? Okay.
All right. Oh, no. Yeah. And plus the ball came out. Yeah. 6:04 to go. It is a 22-0 lead for the Insomniacs, looking to add more. And I definitely agree, gentlemen. I don't think he got in. Again, Munchie leading the block away for J.J. Pugh. It's been the J.J. Pugh drive.
Why not let him finish it? Although he should have. He just didn't see Deloney. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Wow.
What a play by Calvin Deloney. And Scooter is one of the toughest quarterbacks to sack. And Deloney stayed with it.
Deloney giving him a hug afterwards, too.
A great play by Calvin Deloney.
Great play.
5:25 to go.
Got to do what you got to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great play by Calvin Deloney. Second down from the 20 after that sack by Calvin Deloney. First positive play for the Las Vegas Gold, which again, the Gold have taken some great strides this year. Finally got their first win ever in history and trying to build all that for next season. So, I mean, certainly some baby steps that you can take for the Gold going into 2026 for sure.
Would agree. They've got their core of players. They just need to add to it for next season.
I agree.
And I don't think they'd be a bad team.
No, I agree. 1,000%. Scooter, end zone. Danye, touchdown. Danye Lyons, his second touchdown of the day, but this one out of the receiving category. He already took the 3-on-1 for a touchdown, has an interception, and Danye just showing off the whole repertoire here this afternoon.
Of what a weapon he truly is.
Absolutely.
There's a reason why he was considered the number one player in the
top
A7
50,
last
yes.
year.
The top 50, he was number one.
Yes, sir. And now he's showing even more reason why he's top 50.
The versatility is real when it comes to number 23.
I mean, we have it so far, like you said, he's got a pick.
Yes.
He's got a touchdown on offense, and he's got a return on the 3-on-1s. I mean, what else can you ask for? This man has pretty much done everything you could ask at all three levels.
He has been the Swiss Army knife in nearly 11 minutes of play in this game. All right, from the 10. 4.5 to go. It's Schufert, and it's Haywood. Scooter looking, throwing, looking, back of the end zone. Conversion is no good. It's 28-0 with 4:35 to go. As we are glad that you're with us here on AceNFL.tv. Again, along with Cy Crisver, I'm Anthony Alvarez. Glad you're with us. As we are making our way to the Final Four, which will take place here at Matter Academy next week on the 8th of June. Top two from the East coming out to take on the top two from the West. But right now, there is possible chaos going on in East Rutherford as the Renegades, for now, holding on to a 33-32 lead with 1:51 to go in the game. But they're trying to see if the BIC conversion is good or not. Now, from me and Chris watching, we think he's not in. We think the knee is down, plus the ball comes out as his knee touches. But, again, we're not white caps.
Yep.
And if you saw Will Franklin, you understand what I mean by that. Shout out to my guy, Will Franklin.
Love Will.
All right.
I was going to give him grief because he said white cap should be set apart. Well,
he said,
well, big head,
he did
you
that.
did it.
He did
you did
that,
it, big
yes.
head.
All right. Fresh out. Catalozzi, or Curciolo, and Juice on the return. Ball bounces at the 18-yard line. Deloney, you better get that.
That is not something you want to see.
And Curciolo and JJ, or Fresh Out, makes the stop with 4:35 to go. As we are live, folks, A.J. McQuaig has entered the game. So, 4:35 to go.
My defensive player of the year from 2 years ago.
Yes.
Still think he should have been defensive player of the year last year or 2 years ago. He wasn't, but that's all right. Still shows his worth.
He is number one in Chris's heart. That's the most important thing. There you go, folks. All right. 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. The Insomniacs have already put up 28. So the conversion is no good. The Renegades holding on to a 1-point lead, and all they got to do is get first downs and run out the clock. And
that's truly what they need to do is just run out the clock. They don't need first downs.
And that will be one of the biggest upsets in A7 playoff history.
You got Bagway throwing off.
Well, that's a good guy to throw it off to try to pin him deep because the surrender does come into play here for the BIC. Reeves back to throw, rolling out. And he's got a lot of green, a lot of daylight, has a first down, and gets to the 45-yard line. Well, great play there by Bama.
Unfortunately, he threw it too far.
Oh, touchback. Yep. Bummer. Well, speaking of Father Time, he has arrived, folks. Bucket hat and all. All right. 3:19 to go. Best offensive play of the day so far for the Gold. Ball at the 45-yard line, first down on the Jeremiah Bama Reeves run here.
And here we go, first down and 10.
Empty backfield.
From the 45.
Deloney, and it looks like Figueroa.
Uh-oh.
Bama screen for Catalozzi, and
nice play.
Vincent Thompson knocks it away.
He read that perfectly. If he is any closer to that, that could have been an interception.
Yeah, Jimmy was right there, Johnny on the spot, Mr. Thompson, number 25.
He was just waiting for that play.
Yeah.
He saw it the whole way.
He read it the whole way. Uh-oh.
Ball's down, and BIC
Oh, my
recovered.
goodness. The Renegades just fumbled the ball deep in their own territory. And the BIC are now in prime position to take the lead and possibly steal the game away. Wow. That is wow.
That is crazy. And here we go, second down and 10.
And now it is Derek Cunningham in the backfield lineup beside Jeremiah Reeves. Reeves.
Oh.
Runs into prime.
Well, they can't call him.
Figueroa was the intended receiver.
Yep. Somebody's got to go grab that ball.
And that was definitely incidental contact.
Yep.
Sets up third down from the 45. Oh, yeah, the ball, that's clearly a fumble. Well, no question.
Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, when you're in the heat playing on turf, it absolutely does make you feel hotter, which, of course, Chris can speak that way from experience.
Ooh, and you don't want to lay on the turf if you're hurt.
No, not at all. Keep yourself hydrated, folks. That's all I can tell you. All right, 1:14 to go here in the first quarter. Deloney comes in motion. And the Insomniacs are going to pin their ears. Oh, big Kenny Mack is on defense. Oh, you got Kenny Mack. You got McWillie. All right. And big Kenny Mack with the sack. Very rarely you see the big Cornhusker on defense, but big number 0 gets to feast. And that sets up fourth down with 45 seconds to go. Here in the opening period, when the Insomniacs have just are doing what they do, taking care of business. But again, as they say, it's money on the line. Timeout on the field with 33 seconds to go. And it is a 28-0 lead as Miss Jen is having a little too much fun on the PTZ. And she looks very, very focused right now. And now she's being a dog mom while having some seeds. All right, 33 seconds. And Prime, who's already got a pick 6, is back to receive this surrender throw if the Gold do decide to surrender. But that remains to be seen. Anthony Alvarez here with you. Chris Vera will be back with me momentarily. So right now I'm doing the Vin Scully, if you will. All right, 33 seconds to go. And the Gold still waiting for a decision as they talk about it on the sideline. It has been a Danye Lyons show here in the first quarter. He took the opening 3-on-1 return for a touchdown, has a touchdown reception, and also has an interception. Prime has a pick 6. And Stone Stevenson has a touchdown reception. So the Insomniacs obviously showing the whole repertoire here. All right. They're going to go for it. Not exactly the smartest decision. Reeves looking, and the defense applying pressure, and now the Insomniacs will get the ball back in plus territory, which could be very, very deadly here. But we got 27 seconds to go. It's been all Insomniacs as you would expect it to be. And right now in New Jersey, the BIC got the ball in a fumble. They forced a fumble, and they're in plus territory to possibly steal a victory again away from the Trenton or from the East Orange Renegades. 44-yard line is where the Insomniacs will take their next possession. Juice, Richard Washington in the backfield. We got Fleming and Stone Stevenson as receivers. Big Oos, Big Wes, Big Kitty Mac, and Schwenk up front. Give to Juice. Up the gut. There goes Juice. There goes Juice. There goes Juice Washington. Touchdown. Wolfpack. Richard Juice Washington straight up the gut and goes 60-plus to the house with 9 seconds to go. And the Insomniacs extend their lead to 34-0. As Bagway tried to go to Kason Campbell, but Kason Campbell could not keep his feet in bounds. Incomplete pass. And that's 4th down now for the BIC. Here, Juice, 60-yard touchdown run. And they will go for 2 again, trying to make this 36-0. Here to end, or late here in the first quarter. Here in these playoffs, it is to determine who will be the Final Four, as the Final Four will be out here in Vegas next week on the 8th of June. Scooter, fake to Juice, rolling out to his right, looking. Intercepted. Conversion no good. It will remain 34-0 with 9 seconds to go. And we have the untimed down. And Ashante Worthy just found the end zone for the Triton BIC with 1:20 to go. Or did he not? No answer yet. Looks like he got the first down for the BIC with 1:20 to go. So Derek Cunningham will be back to receive the kick. Oh, yes. Ashante Worthy did score for the BIC to put them back up on a touchdown pass from Mark Bagway to Ashante Worthy. Derek Cunningham back to receive the 3-on-1 throw-off. It'll be Zach Luisiano, Joey Carciolo III, with the nickname Tommy Egan. Yes, that Tommy from the show Power. Yes, that Tommy Egan, folks, in case you're wondering. And Schwenk on the defense to throw it to Derek Cunningham. All right. So the Gold will take possession back. The conversion in Jersey is no good, so it's a 5-point game. 38-33 with 1:20 to go for the Renegades of the BIC. As Sterry tried to get in for the conversion, and he did not get in. All right. 9 seconds to go. They say run the clock. And more than likely a play will not be run here. And we will take this to the second quarter. After one period of play here in Las Vegas at Matter Academy, it is the defending back-to-back champions, the Las Vegas Insomniacs 34 and the Las Vegas Gold Nothing. You are watching the Ace NFL playoffs here on acefnfl.tv. I'm Anthony Alvarez. I'll be joined once again momentarily by Chris Vera. But right now, we're changing sides, and it is 34-0 Insomniacs. In Asbury Park, New Jersey, it is 38-33. The Triton BIC leading the East Orange Renegades as Ashante Worthy scored a touchdown pass from Mark Bagway, but the conversion to go for 2 was no good. So the Renegades, with 1:20 left and all 3 timeouts, have a shot to shock the Ace NFL world and knock out the defending Eastern Conference champions, the BIC. And it'll be a touchback for the Renegades. So we'll keep you updated on that one in Asbury Park. Here it is 34-0 Insomniacs as the Gold. We'll try to keep the Insomniacs at the end zone. Ball at the 35-yard line. Hamilton back to throw. Scooter looking, great protection, going down. Wide open is Megatron, but Scooter overthrows him, and it's incomplete. I mean, Coswell, Megatron was wide open, but Scooter just put too much mustard on the hot dog. And it goes incomplete. But in soccer terms, he did find the net, so that is a goal. If you want to get your Andres Cantor on. Of course, legendary World Cup announcer, the great Andres Cantor. 14:21 and counting to go here in the first half. As Miss Jin is very focused operating the PTZ. Look, she's having a lot of fun. Special thanks to her. All right. And good to hear the sounds of Mr. Pierce Thomas back in the production booth. Scooter back to throw on second down. Screen pass to Trevon Fleming. Fleming, first down. Fleming down the sideline. Fleming, touchdown, Insomniacs. Trayvon Fleming on a screen, takes it all the way, and that is a 40-burger for the Insomniacs with 13:45 to go here in the first half. And Bino critiquing the play as the Insomniacs continue to do what they do. And an incomplete pass by the Renegades on second down with 1:14 to go. The Renegades need a score. And now Chris McWillie is coming in on offense. And now Zach Luciano is in at quarterback for the Insomniacs. With Haywood, Sean Lindsay, and Schwenk on the line. You got Coswell, and you got Prime, and McWillie. This is going for two to try to make this 42-0. Schwenk just declared himself eligible on this two-point conversion attempt. Fake, Zach going up top for Coswell. Oh, great catch. And yes, he kept the feet in, and that is good for two. And right now, the Renegades cannot hold on to the football. Two incomplete passes. 42-0 here with 13:45 to go in the first half. And now it'll be Derek Cunningham back to receive the 3-on-1 return. And we await to see who will be the defensive unit on that 3-on-1 for the Insomniacs, as they have taken control from the opening throw-off. Donnie Lyons took it back to the house. Then Shannon Allen Prime with a pick-6 touchdown. Stone Stevenson with a touchdown reception. Stone Stevenson with a touchdown reception. Touchdown by Trayvon Fleming. I mean, any way you can slice it and dice it in a Donnie Lyons touchdown reception. Any way you can slice and dice it. And a big fourth down conversion by the Renegades to keep their drive alive. Luciano, Danier, and Cariciolo on defense for the Insomniacs. Zach will throw it off. Oh, that's a nice tight spiral. Cunningham, and it goes out of the end zone for a touchback. But a great play by Anthony Service to keep the drive alive for the Renegades, as they needed that on a big fourth down conversion to try to possibly steal one away from the BIC. They're down 38-33, and they need a touchdown to score. Here in Las Vegas, in the entertainment capital of the world, it is 42-0. The defending champions, the Insomniacs, taking care of business. And the BIC are going to Vegas. They just forced a fumble on defense. Ole Bell forced a fumble along with Trey Robinson. And the Trident BIC, the defending Eastern Conference champions, avoid a huge setback, and they will advance to Las Vegas. And they will take on the winner of the Stealth Sequita game. Yep, Trey Robinson forced the fumble. And the BIC will survive and hold off the East Orange Renegades. Ball from the 20. Reeves rolling out to his right, looking, going downfield. And Prime's got his second interception. And Prime is going to have his second pick six of the day. Touchdown. Well, at the end, he laterals it to Chris McWilliams. But Prime with his second interception of the day. 48-0 in favor of the champs. And do we have a tuck rule situation in New Jersey? Well, on the replay, Trey Robinson forced a fumble. And we are waiting to see what happens here. So off the pick six by Prime, his second interception of the day, and his second touchdown of the day. As Shannon Allen and Donnie Lyons definitely showing off their skills. And the wind has picked up a little bit here. It is really blowing out there. Pass, caught, Stone Stevenson. Oh, great blocking. Stone Stevenson gets the conversion to make it 50-0. That's a 50-burger in the first half for the Insomniacs. And again, I can hear my good buddy, Josh Perneda, in Sacramento, doing his best Rocky IV impression of Duke. Throw the damn towel. 12:44 to go in the first half. It's been all Insomniacs. And it looks like the game is over in Asbury Park, New Jersey. The Trident BIC hold on yet again as the East Orange Renegades gave them everything but the kitchen sink. But at the end of the day, the BIC final. Oh, okay, it's not final yet. Still 54 seconds to go. All right. Not officially over yet, but it looks to be that the Trident BIC will come out here and they will play the winner of the Stealth and Sick with it. That, of course, is our 4 o'clock game here in Vegas. And Juice will throw it off with Danier and Carciolo on the recoverage. And that goes out of bounds. Derek Cunningham was the receiver. So they're on commercial break in Asbury Park. We'll see what the details are there. Again, Anthony Alvarez here with you at Matter Academy East, where the score is 50-0 in favor of the Insomniacs. And the Gold, once again, just trying to get on the board here. Again, in 2 games, you put up 78, you put up 43. And now they've put up 50. Cunningham will have ball in hand from the 25. Derek Cunningham across the 35-40. 45. And gets tackled by Danier Lyons at the 49-yard line. Well, I tell you what, Danier is doing it all here this afternoon, showing off the full repertoire of skills here in this playoff game. But again, as Munchie always says, when the money's on the line, that's where the true Insomniacs seem to show up. And they have not disappointed here this afternoon thus far, putting up 50 through almost one half of football. Winds continuing to pick up here, as it is a steady wind going on right here at Matter Academy, as the flags are really, really pulling wind. Deloney in the backfield along with Reeves. And it is official. It is final. There's Deloney across midfield, but it gets tackled by Vincent Thompson, a.k.a. Jimmy, at the 49-yard line. It is official. The final score, it is the Trident BIC 38, the East Orange Renegades 33. And for the Renegades, they shoot themselves in the foot late as they fumble twice on their last 2 possessions, had a 33-26 lead, and fumble the game away, and the BIC, being the BIC, took full advantage. The game-winning touchdown from Mark Bagway to Ashante Worthy gave the BIC the lead and the win, 38-33. So the defending Eastern Conference champions of a season ago, the BIC, go to 8-0, and they will come out to Las Vegas awaiting Sick or the Stealth. And big Cornhusker brings down Big Bama Reeves, but there's a flag on the play. It's on the defense. Looks like it's encroachment offsides on the defense, so 5-yard penalty. Still first down, I believe. Or is the second down? Yeah, second down. All right. 10:47 to go here in the first half. It's been all Insomniacs, 50-0. Anthony Alvarez here with you in the booth. At the moment right now, doing the Vin Scully, if you will. All right, Deloney in the backfield next to Reeves. Bama looking, taking a shot deep. Figueroa, and that should be a flag. There it is. Gianni Breland will be called for PI if it wasn't the most obvious. All right. So 1/4 of the Final Four has been entered in. It is the Triton BIC with a 38-33 victory over the East Orange Renegades. 5-3 final season for the East Orange Renegades. Nothing to be ashamed about, but they're really going to shoot themselves in the foot because they really should have beaten the BIC twice because they had the BIC on the ropes in both games, but the BIC finds a way. All right, after the penalty, ball is at the 26-yard line. 10:20 to go here in the first half. Reeves back to throw. Looking for Figueroa. Cuts inside. Incomplete. Brings up second down. As Bino is unleashing some tremendous passion right now. And there goes the wind knocking down the clipboard again. All right, 10:21 to go in the first half. I mean, the clock really should be running. There we go. There it is. Clock is running. The Gold, again, the Gold trying to get on the board. In 2 games against the Insomniacs, the Gold have not scored any points whatsoever known to man. All right, empty backfield. Reeves back to throw. Steps in the pocket. He's going to take off and run. He's got the first down. And he's inside the 15-yard line. Nice run there by Reeves. And it puts the Gold in the red zone. Now, again, as mentioned so far through 2.5 games, the Gold have not scored any points. So far, the Insomniacs have outscored the Gold through 2.5 games by a combined score of 171-0. 78 points in the first game, 43 in the second game, 50 here. That's 171 points through 3 games that the Insomniacs have scored against this Gold football team. So the Gold trying to get on the board here at the 9-minute mark. Anderson, Deloney in motion. Reeves to snap it. Bama rolling. He's got a man open. Caught! Touchdown! Jaron Anderson. And finally, the Gold break the goose egg against the Insomniacs. And if you're the Gold, you can take that as a moral victory. As we said, up until this point, they have been outscored 171-0 in the 2.5 games. And the Gold get on the board. Good for them. Good for them. As they will go for 2 to try to make this a 42-point deficit. Currently, the deficit is 44. 8:36 to go. Reeves looking, rolling. And gets just flattened by J.J. Harris. Ball still live. Deloney has it. Gets a block. Calvin Deloney following his blocks. But a great tackle by... No! He lateraled it to Anderson. But the conversion is still no good, so it will remain 50-6. Here with 8:36 to go here in the first half. But for the Gold, they will not be shut out for a 3rd consecutive game against the Insomniacs. So good for the goal. They get on the board, still trailing by 44 points. But they will not get shut off for a third straight game, so good for the goal against this Insomniacs team. All right. $8:36 to go. And looking to see who's going to return it for the Insomniacs. Uh-oh. Oh, baby. Big Cornhusker on the field. So we didn't get it on the surrender. Will we possibly get it here on the 3-on-1 return? Now remember, if it goes out of bounds, that's a running big man with a head start from the 25. So we will see how this goes. That's wild. But the big Cornhusker, Kenny Mack, back to receive the 3-on-1 return. Here we go. Cunningham to throw it. Oh, baby. Big man with football is going to have big running start with football. Oh, baby. Oh, here we go. Folks, get your cameras out. If you're in the stands and if you're watching on ASNFL.TV, you might want to clip this. Here we go. All right. Big Cornhusker with football from the 25-yard line. And he's going to have a big running head start. All right, here we go. Big Kenny Mack. Running head start from the 25-yard line. And here comes the big Cornhusker with football. He's across the 40, 45. Big Kenny Mack down the sideline. Across midfield. Across the 40. Still on his feet. And knocked out of bounds at the 35-30. He is down officially at the 35-yard line. Nice return by big Kenny Mack and Derek Cunningham. Bless his heart. Try to tackle the big man and is at the worst for wear, and hopefully he is okay. Send a prayer up for Derek Cunningham, as tackling big Kenny Mack is not exactly the easiest thing to do. All right. 8:36 to go here in the first half. It is 50-6 in favor of the Insomniacs. Anthony Alvarez here with you live at Matter Academy. It has been all champs thus far, as most would expect here. Earlier today, just ended about 20 minutes ago, the Trident BIC get a big win. They survive the East Orange Renegades. Yet again, the Renegades play the BIC as tough as you can. In the two games they played this season, I mean, the combined scores of wins was a total of 6 points. The BIC beat them by 1 in week 1. They beat them by 5 here today, 38-33. The Renegades had the lead, but 2 costly turnovers at the end cost them, as the BIC took advantage and turned those into touchdowns. And the Trident BIC will indeed make their trip out here to Las Vegas next week, and they will await the winner of the Stealth and Sickwooded in one semifinal game. And, of course, the winner of the Animals and the Watchmen will take on the Insomniacs, which at this point it seems all but academic at this point. 50-6. 8:36 to go here in the first half. Yeah. Hold on. No, the total combined score. It was exactly 150 on the dot. No. Yeah, at Bonanza High. All right. So, Derek Cunningham is getting attended to. Hopefully he's okay. Getting looked at on the sideline. Ball at the 35-yard line. And now it is Zach Luisiano in a quarterback for the Insomniacs. As, again, they put up a 50-burger here in the first half. I wish you had a headset on where you could say that, Jen. Of course, Miss Brenda's lovely wife monitoring the PTZ today. And actually, her wife is actually up top doing camera work today. She's up on the roof handling the cameras. All right, 35-yard line. Oh, Wilkerson's in the backfield, but it's Chris McWillie. McWillie with the toss, and Wilkerson leading the way with a block. And the turf monster gets McWillie, but there's no whistle. He's still up, and he's knocked out of bounds. First down, ball spotted at the looks to be the 13-yard line. First down on the toss to Chris McWilliams. McWillie getting some play time at running back. And boy, I tell you what, Wilkerson leading the way on a power toss. I would not want to be in his way. Great run there by Chris McWilliams. Good to see him back on the field. All right. 7:20 to go. Again, Luisiano in at quarterback. Wilkerson in the backfield. Fake to Wilkerson. Luisiano looking, throwing, pass, caught. That's Shannon Allen, and Prime finds the end zone for a third time today. This time, the offensive way for a touchdown for Shannon Allen, as Prime showing off his full skill here this afternoon. And the Insomniacs poured on. The lead is now 50. As in 56-6 with 7:03 to go here in the first half. And JP is, I'm sure, bored out of his mind right now. And the wind just continues to pick up here. It keeps blowing down my clipboard here. All right, so the big return by Kenny Mack got him to 35. Shannon found the rest of the way. We got Trayvon Fleming and Smooth Brown on one side. Wilkerson in motion. Zach looking. Floats one. Looking for... That was Father Time. That was Mr. Price, the intended receiver. But the score remains 56-6 with 7:03 to go, which by sure... will be a running clock to start here in the second half. And there are no 50-point scores in football. So the Insomniacs well on their way to a Final Four berth, as they will play again the winner out of the Animals and the Watchmen. BIC will play the winner of the game at 4 p.m. between Sick-Witted and the Stealth. Juice back to receive it, and a touchback. So the Gold will get the ball at the 20 with 7:03 to go here in the first half. It has been all Insomniacs with the 56-6 score. So the Gold, at least from a moral victory standpoint, they will not be shut out again, as they have been the previous two games by the Insomniacs. Finally get on the board on a Jaron Anderson touchdown. And now they're just trying to play with some pride, if you will, And Calvin Deloney is now in at quarterback for the Gold, as they now got Reeves as a receiver, Mason Catalozzi in the backfield. Clock continues to tick. Deloney. Deloney's going to throw it, rolling out to his right. And D-Rock and Shadow say, no advancement for you, young man. Second down. All right, nearing the 6-minute mark to go here in the first half. 56-6 in favor of the Las Vegas Insomniacs, starting their first defense of their title, looking for the three-peat. Looking to join the Patterson U with most NFL championships in history. Anthony Alvarez here with you live inside Matter Academy. Bama Reeves back in a quarterback, Catalozzi, and that looks like Ricky Figueroa at the wide receivers. Reeves rolling out. Reeves will take off. Reeves at the 35-yard line. And Bino is just letting them have it. I mean, you got Bino yelling from the stands like he's coaching. All right. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. It's been all Insomniacs. The goal will get the ball to start the second half. And the third quarter will begin with a continuous running clock. Only time the clock stops is on a timeout. And some might say that'll be mercifully the end of the Gold season. But like I said, the Gold have some things to take into the offseason. Finally experience what it's like to win. Did a lot of good things this season. Reeves to throw. Takes a shot. The wind just dies that down, but it's still caught by Ricky Figueroa for a first down. I mean, the ball just died with the wind in the air, but Ricky Figueroa comes back and makes an adjustment to make the catch, and the Gold get a first down. Good for them. At the 4:13 mark to go here in the first half. But again, it's been all Wolfpack, as you would expect it to be. All right, under 4. Wind starting to pick up again. Deloney alongside Bama in the backfield. Deloney in motion. And here comes Michael. Oh, he does not avoid the sack, or he avoids the sack. Danye with another interception. That is his second interception of the day. And Danye doing the Heisman pose, showing off the number and saying he really is him. And again, the Karate Kid Danielson crane shot. Wax on, wax off, Danielson. All right. All right, shout out to Stu Sticks. Food truck in the parking lot. Please go get some good food at the half when you can. 3:35 to go off the interception by Daniel Lyons. That's his second interception of the day. So Daniel Lyons has 2 INTs. Shannon Allen has 2 INTs. Luciano in at quarterback. Wilkerson blocking. Zach going deep for Smooth Brown. Smooth, too much mustard on the hot dog, incomplete. All right. 2:55 to go here in the first half. And Bino again going ham. All right. Looking. Schufert. Oh, what a stiff arm. Munchie. Still on his feet. And steps out of bounds. Otherwise, Munchie would have been kept on going, and kept on going. Jen is getting the whole comedy show of Beano from her spot here in the press box. 1:54 to go here in the first half. It's been all Insomniacs here. Timeout, or 2-minute warning here with 1:49 to go here in the first half. It's been all Insomniacs, as you would expect, 56-6. With 1:49 to go here in the first half. All right, Zach going deep. Looking for Gianni Breland, incomplete. Again, a little too much mustard on the hot dog, if you will. All right. 1:08 to go. One minute to go. And there goes Wilkerson. Anthony Wilkerson dragging defenders. Anthony Wilkerson. That is a touchdown. Anthony Wilkerson gets the pitch. Does what Wilkerson does. Finds the end zone. How are you, sir? As Mr. Packer stops by and says hello. Anthony Wilkerson doing what he does best. Finding the end zone. That's just what he does. That's just what the Insomniacs do. They just find the end zone. All right. 51 seconds to go. And it's been all Insomniacs here this afternoon. 62-0. My goodness. Try is no good. Score remains 62-0. All right. The Insomniacs obviously punching their ticket to the Final Four next week here at Matter Academy, as the four best teams in the A7FL will convene out here in the entertainment capital of the world here at Matter Academy. And looks like we will have Bama's going to receive the 3-on-1 return. He is. So it will be Jeremiah Reeves, who normally does not take the 3-on-1, but he will take it. All right. It'll be Danye, Smooth Brown, and Zach Luisiano on the 3-on-1 coverage. And Reeves will just, he's going to bring it out. Bama across the 10. And will be brought out at the 11. And, folks, my partner has finally made his way back, as the Vin Scully process is now over, and Chris Vera has rejoined me here in the booth.
Man, I never thought that I would feel like that, and I don't want to feel like that again.
All right. Well, it's been the...
Felt like I was going to.
Well, it's been the Shannon Allen, Donnie Lyons first half.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
2 interceptions by each. And then Wilkerson just took one to the house. And we got 51 seconds. And what's going on here?
Oh.
They might need the ball.
Yep. Can't start without one.
Yeah. But I don't know if you saw it, but, I mean, I was earlier talking about the Renegades of BIC, just how the Renegades just basically fumbled the game away.
Yep. 2 times.
2 times. And you're thinking, those games, we should have won both of them if you're the Renegades.
Well, I mean, when you get into those situations, you can see what it's going to cost them.
Yeah. And it cost them a trip to Vegas.
Yep.
Reeves. Oh, boy. Oh.
Oh,
ball on the ground. And
Picked
guess
up.
what? Prime has another defensive touchdown. A pick 6 return and a fumble return.
Well, I don't know what to say about these games because in reality, we know, we've said it, we started the game with it, saying that these guys, being the Insomniacs, have a opportunity to do something that no other team has done before, and that is three-peating. And they are showing the reason and the rationale as to why you can't say that they're not going to.
Well, they've put up 68 in in nearly 14 minutes and 20 seconds of football.
It's crazy.
68, folks. 68. And now they're trying to make this 70. Luciano looking, throwing. Knocked away. It's an iPhone. All right.
It'll be cheap to return.
40 seconds to go here in the first half. All Wolfpack all the time, all the Insomniacs, and we have a visitor on the field as the plastic bag is making itself involved in the game.
Man, and it is.
It is to the 15, to the 10, inside the
To the 5. Does it get in or does it go out of bounds?
Touchdown plastic bag
Right in the corner.
right over the pylon. The plastic bag even scores a touchdown. But good for the goal. They won't be shut up for a third straight game against the Insomniacs, so they got on the board. Good for them. Oh, that's a great throw.
Oh, wow.
Knox would be proud of that.
Yes,
and
he would.
Cunningham's going to bring it out of the end zone. Derek Cunningham. And, J.J. Pugh almost tried to jump over the top of Cunningham with Caracciolo on the tackle. And that brings us to 40 seconds and a 68-0.
68-6.
Oh, 68-6. Thank you.
You're welcome.
68-6 in favor of the Wolfpack, and it has been all Insomniacs all the time. So we do know that the winner of Stealth and Sequita will take on the defending Eastern Conference champions, the Trenton BIC, next week. And the Insomniacs will await the Animals or the Watchmen. And I think either of those teams that will come out will be a very interesting matchup with the Insomniacs, but I think Animals and Insomniacs might really blow the league off the chart.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I think both games will be interesting next weekend, and we get to call them.
Reeves looking. Reeves sacked.
Yeah, it's a good thing he ate that, because if he would have just tried to flip it over his shoulder, we might have seen another pick 6.
Yeah.
There's nothing but Insomniac players around.
And the Winds are picking him mightily. And now a napkin is on the field. He's at the 20. He's at the 25. He's at the 30. 35, 40. Out of bounds at the 43.
And by the way, I read that we have a storm moving in, which might be why we're having a precursor with all this wind.
Oh boy.
He's sacked again.
Schwank with a second sack. Which again, folks, that's the end of the first half. And there will be a running clock to start the second half. 68-6 is your score. And I mean, really, Chris, not really surprising what we've seen from the defending champions. Again, money's on the line. This is where they thrive. This is where they shine. And living up to all those expectations so far through 30 minutes of football.
I mean, I'm not surprised about the situation that they have right now. because of the way these guys have played throughout the last 3 seasons. In reality, it just kind of shows you exactly what they're able to do, and you have to be ready for them, not just on offense, not just on defense, and not just on special teams, but rather all three. So it's a very interesting situation that we have with this.
The BIC got some luck.
Oh, they had 8 players on the field.
Oh, wow. And how you do not see that? My goodness.
Yeah, that is a shame.
That's a huge miss. Yeah. Oh, boy. All right. But, I mean...
And when was that play? That they had 8 players.
That was with 1:51 in the fourth.
So is that when they got the sack?
Before they scored. No, before they scored the eventual game-winning touchdown. Wow.
Or was that on the play that they scored the touchdown?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Still, I don't know how they missed that.
I don't either.
Oh, boy. All right, so 1F of football. The Insomniacs have a lead as they do what they do. Real quickly, the second game, Stealth Cichlid. How do you think that might pan out for Game 2?
Well, I don't know exactly what to expect out of that game, only for the fact that what I've seen from the Stealth, they they have a pretty good offense, have a decent defense. But, I mean, again, and this is the one question that nobody can really answer unless you are the Insomniacs, and that is who's covering DB? DP is going to get his. And the thing about it is when you have him and Mr. Richardson on the other side, it is pick your poison, truly.
But it can also free up Matt Murphy, who can play tight end.
It can
happen.
Free up so much.
And not to mention, the running game has been very strong with Cheddar, with Alexander. And then you put in Devin Houston. And then you also enter another running back. So, I mean, there's many options that they have. But, I mean, the question is for the Stealth, and really we've been asking this all season, is who is quarterback number 1? That's been the ultimate question that we've been asking all year.
But did we truly get an answer?
No, we haven't. No.
So, I mean, I kind of get where it's going. But at the same time, I mean, I just don't see I don't know right now if I could point to the Stealth and say they're equal or have an upper hand. I would think right now, and depending on who shows up, don't get me wrong, we got to also think about that. But who shows up for for Sick? But if Sick has all its players, I got to give it to Sick. I'm sorry, they're still the number 2 team in this division.
Agreed. Well, we will take this quick breather again. And the Stealth busting out with a black jersey. Well, I'll tell you what, busting out with black jerseys in this heat today is not exactly the ideal.
Well, I mean, we've got overcast, so it's not too bad. You're not in that sunlight.
Not at the moment, true. But, I mean, still, the dryness will still get to you.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll take this quick timeout. After one half, it has been all Insomniacs, 68-6, as we will have a running third quarter to start the second half. You're watching the playoffs. Playoffs? On asnfl.tv. Well, Josh Pineda, you get your wish, buddy. Because I can see the old meme from Rocky IV of Duke when he says, throw the damn towel. Well, the Gold have thrown in the damn towel. As the game has been called, it is a forfeit by the Gold. The final score is the Insomniacs 68, the Gold 6. The Insomniacs continue their undefeated season. And, of course, they now punch their ticket. So half of the Final Four has been set. The Insomniacs and the BIC punch their ticket to right here at Matter Academy next week. With the games, I'm going to presume they're going to be at the same time, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, and 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, unless that is subject to change. But Donnie Lyons, once again, showing off his versatility and show why that he was indeed the #1 player of the top 50 of 2024 here in the ASONFL. Him and Shannon Allen just tremendously showing off their tremendous ball skills here this afternoon. So, I mean, Chris Vera, not surprising that we saw what we saw between these two. I mean, if you look at it, just going at it, in 3 games, the Insomniacs outscored the Gold 189-6.
Tell me that's not crazy.
I'm going to say that again. 3 games they've played. The Insomniacs put up 73, 43, 68 here this afternoon. To the atonement of 3 games they played, 189-6. That is insane. That is insane. That is insane. That is definitely insane in the membrane. So in about an hour and a half, we will have the second game of our playoff doubleheader, which will be Sick-Witted and the Stealth. Again, the winner of that will take on the Triton BIC in one half of the Final Four. Right now, we're going to check the score between Baltimore and Silk City that is tied at 6. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. So we got that going on right now. The Watchmen have the ball, and they're going backwards. Got a lot to build on, my guy. Keep at it.
Yeah, it could have been a better game, but I lost a lot of players to the force, and a lot of them went to that JUCO college practice thing over there.
It's tough.
It's tough, but there is, but
To get 25 players, they choosing not to show up. That's crazy. I never understand it. I bet you it was the hardest. I have 45 people on the sideline.
He's not wrong.
no, he's not. But like I said, the Gold do have some momentum to build off of. They finally got their first ever win. Got against the Hunters. Played the Stealth tough in both games this year. So definitely the Gold can build on some things and possibly turn that into something positive for next season. But again, the Insomniacs are just too good. That's why they're the champions. And now them and the BIC will await to see who their opponents are as they each punch their ticket to the Final Four here.
Yeah, I'm actually looking for the game right now since we've got... Oh, you got it on.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm looking for it then.
6-6 tie between the Animals and the Watchmen. The Watchmen are on the move. And, of course, an ad would come into play.
Of course.
Doggone ads.
That's the usual.
Yep. All right, so that's nearing the end of the first quarter. Here already we saw the Insomniacs. We saw the repertoire that was Donnie Lyons and Shannon Allen just completely being ball hawks on both sides of the ball.
Well, no, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Are we really that surprised?
No, we're not.
We know the playmakers that the Insomniacs have.
Correct.
We know what they're capable of doing at any given time.
Correct.
And in reality, you can't sleep on them for anything.
No, not at all.
And, you know, some people might talk about being able to pick on somebody. There really isn't a whole lot of soft or what I would consider weaknesses on the Insomniacs. So it makes for a very tough game because you might get over on 1 or 2 plays with them, and they're going to get you. They're going to have their times.
Yeah.
I think we already saw that.
Well, again, I mean, and we've seen it the last 2 championship games with them when they've gotten down double digits.
So
has been their ability to adapt and adjust, and they're one of the best teams in doing that.
100%.
So that's not surprising that they find a way to make adjustments. And again, you can plug in anybody anywhere. I mean, we saw Big Kenny Mack have a very nice return on a 3-on-1 return, which you didn't see, by the way. But he got to the 35-yard line.
Wow.
And ended up turning into a touchdown. But I mean, I've said it so many times. We've said it so many times. They just hit you so quick in so many different ways that they really have a chance to display and show their full, capable depth all the time.
Well, I mean, it's going to make your head spin with the talent that they have.
It is.
And the thing about it is, they could hit you from anywhere on the field, as we've seen.
Yes.
And just because it is 3rd down and 10 doesn't mean that it won't be, going for a touchdown on the very next play. You just never know with these guys. They are that good.
Very true. Very, very
so
true.
It's going to be interesting next week. And the reason why is, these guys from the East Coast, they'll talk about the humidity. They'll talk about, situational football and whatnot. But I think the one thing that they have not yet felt, and that is like next Sunday here in Vegas, it's going to be 106.
Yes.
So you've got to be prepared for that heat.
Yeah.
And, the humidity, and you've been in it, you felt it.
Yeah.
It's, it gets to you a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think it gets to you like the dry heat gets to you, because it just dries your body out.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you've got, the heat's just playing a game with you, and it also zaps your energy.
Yeah.
You feel listless.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next week here in Vegas. I think that it's going to be, they talk about the capabilities for home teams having certain things that help them out. I think the heat's going to be one of them, because all of our guys are used to playing in it.
They're used to it. And not to mention what type of thing will the turf monster play? That will be a factor, of course, as you know, as well as anybody. Dry heat and turf, especially turf like this, the way you get tackled is not a very good feeling.
No, not at all.
So, I mean, you have all these superlatives to think about, and all these superlatives to keep this in mind as the field is getting ready for the second game, as we literally have like an hour and a half to the next game. But going back to earlier today, the Triton BIC, the Eastern Renegades,